Good morning. Welcome to, gosh, I don't know what day it is, 70 something of the 90-day volunteer recruiting challenge. My name is Kenny Conley. I'm attempting to recruit 50 volunteers over the course of 90 days, and we're getting down to the last couple weeks of our challenge. And today was Sunday. Today was a great Sunday. Today was a volunteer orientation Sunday, basically doing those twice a month, second and fourth Sundays. We had a big, full volunteer orientation last time, and today we had a small but good volunteer orientation today. I had one person registered and I had one person who showed up, and it was a great conversation. You know, this was a fun opportunity. This is why I love volunteer orientation, because when there are 8, 10, 12 people in the room, it's full of energy. It feels fun. It feels exciting. And I love those completely. It's a lot of fun to walk through the building with a big crowd. I love every bit of that. But then it can also be an experience where there's just one person, and it's just a great conversation. It's just a great experience, even when there's only one person. So there aren't a lot of things you can do where it works great when there's a bunch of people and when there's very few people. So today had a volunteer orientation. Everything went really well. This person didn't really know where they wanted to serve, lots of different opportunities, but because it's just the two of us, we had plenty of time to talk about what it is that she did for a living, and turns out she's a computer person. She works for IBM and has for 20 plus years and knows her way around computers fairly well. Here's the opportunity we have. I am working to grow our check-in and hospitality team. Oh, that was the other thing. She can only serve every other week. She has a group that meets right after services. And so she's usually has to go home early to set up. So it just didn't work out well for her. And check-in is one of my spaces where that's perfectly fine. That's where a lot of my volunteers that can't commit to every week, they serve in check-in. So we talked a lot about that. We talked about, sometimes the challenges that we have in check-in, where a printer disconnects from the iPad disconnects from the Wi-Fi. Somebody who works in computing is going to be great. It's always great to have people with some good technical know-how, either that or in tech with soundboards and all that stuff. So we talked about that, and she was super excited about the opportunity to serve in check-in. So that's probably where we're going to place her. She downloaded. I want to show you this. I'm in the room. This is our volunteer room. It's getting ready to go under construction. We're going to expand it. This room is literally only a little bit bigger than a closet, but I do cram 15 to 20 volunteers in here every Sunday before every service for Huddle. It's also where I host my volunteer orientations. I'll show you, give you a quick little view. It's kind of ugly, but we've got our counters, so we've got drinks in those orange tubs, we've got snacks in those tubs, our radios and sink, all that sort of stuff. But I do have a sign right here, which I've shown you my signs before, I believe. And so for the volunteer orientation, I switched this sign over to an orientation slideshow. And this is one of the things that I love about it. So at the end of my volunteer orientation, I say, hey, scan the codes that are relevant to you. I've got my volunteer intake forms. I've got one for teenagers. This one does not run a background check. This one's for adults. It does run a background check. And then here's my volunteer application for both. So that way we're sitting in here, we're having a conversation, and then before they leave, we take a tour. And before we leave, we come back over here, we scan the appropriate codes. Bada bing, bada boom. So that's what it looks like. Great day. Looking forward to adding another solid volunteer to the roster. And we'll keep marching towards this 90-day deadline. I think we're going to do it. If not, we're going to be really close. So stay tuned. I'll let you know.